So you're looking to buy a home in Los Angeles during a pandemic, and you're wondering how's that possible with everything that's going on? Well, this video is all about how to buy a home during a pandemic, and we're going to get to it right now. What's happening, everyone? This is Robert with Equity Real Estate Los Angeles. If you want to know everything about working, living, playing, and chilling here in Los Angeles, make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time I do a new video. My team and I get phone calls every single day from people just like you who are looking to move to Los Angeles. So if you're thinking about moving or relocating here, give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when you decide to move to Los Angeles. So buying a home during a pandemic is obviously not normal, but it's not impossible. There are people who are buying homes every day here in Los Angeles, and I have 5 steps to make this process easier. Step number 1 is to watch my videos in terms of what it's like to live here. I have several videos in terms of neighborhood tours, where to live in Los Angeles, the top 5 neighborhoods, pros and cons, and things you need to know. So that's a good start in terms of kind of like getting a framework of your general search. And I obviously put out content on a weekly basis. So start with in terms of checking out the content that I currently have posted on my YouTube channel. Step number 2 is to figure out what type of neighborhood you would like to be in. Los Angeles itself is huge. There are close to about 4 million people that live here. And the county of Los Angeles is massive by itself in terms of the neighborhoods, the suburbs, and the sub-cities. So it'd be good to try to narrow down your search in terms of what you really want. Now, when it comes to your search, you probably want to ask yourself these questions. Is there a certain school district that you would want your kids to be in, or a certain after-school program you want to be a part of in terms of sports or extracurricular activity? Or maybe you have a new job and you probably want to be like 20 miles within driving distance from your job location. Or you could be an entrepreneur or business owner, so proximity may not be as important. Of course, during this time, we have probably a lot of people that work from home who are business owners, but also employees. So it may not be a priority to you be as close to the city like a typical employee. So just some general questions to ask. Now, hopefully in post-pandemic times, you won't have to commute. Right now, traffic in LA is somewhat light, which is shockingly, but I'm pretty sure after this pandemic is over, things probably will get worse. So probably want to keep that in mind in terms of determining what general area you want to live in. Other questions to consider is determine what type of lifestyle you want in the neighborhood. So basically, do you want to be like in a beach area, like places like in the South Bay, Manhattan Beach, or like Palos Verdes? Or would you prefer like kind of like mid-city areas like the West LA or West Hollywood neighborhoods? Or maybe prefer something that's more walkable and quiet, kind of has that suburban feel, but not too far from the city. You kind of can get that like in areas like Sherman Oaks or Encino. So basically the goal is to try to get a general sense in terms of what you want, and at the end of the day you want to be as specific as possible, which would basically determine in terms of where you want to live. So number 3, no open houses. So to maintain social distancing and to keep people from being on top of each other, open houses have been paused. So if you're interested in seeing a home, it has to be by appointment only. So if a property, for example, is occupied, typically a listing agent would have a time window like on a Saturday or Sunday from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And we would set an appointment like a 15-minute window or a 30-minute window to see the home at that time. Another thing that agents are doing is basically telling interested clients or parties to come during the designated time, for example, from like 11 to 4, and they allow one party or one family at the time to see the house. And of course, safety guards are basically put in place. Everyone is required to wear a mask, to be hand sanitized, or wear gloves. So safety protocols are taken in every showing. Now, before each showing, you're also required to sign a real estate COVID form. It basically states that you're not having any symptoms of COVID prior to the showing, and the form is actually required to be signed for each and every property. Now, sometimes it could be annoying, especially when you're showing like multiple properties. Like I've done a few clients do like almost like 10 showings on one weekend, but it's best to be safe and sorry to make sure everyone is in good health and good status prior to a showing. Also, prior to a showing, some agents require a pre-approval letter just to make sure the buyers are seriously interested in the home and to weed out any looky-loos. Obviously, when a property is occupied, the owners, especially during this kind of like pandemic time, they try to minimize as much traffic as possible, especially when people are touching, common areas. So it's just a typical requirement that some agents do require either a pre-approval letter or sometimes proof of funds, just to make sure the person who's interested in the property really wants it. So this is something to keep in mind as we begin a home search. So number 4 is virtual tours and Zoom. So everyone obviously is not able to just hop on a plane at any given moment and come look at a house or a property. Typically, since we're in a competitive buyer's market, a house can be listed on Thursday and be shown on Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and be sold by Monday or Tuesday. So we have clients that are throughout the United States and out of the country, and to help accommodate, if they have a property that they are seriously interested in, we can do a virtual tour either through FaceTime or through Zoom. We also can send them actual videos of the property if, for example, they're now able to hop on to the FaceTime or Zoom call. And yes, people do actually buy houses without physically being there. It happens a lot, especially in our market, especially with people that kind of live like long distances. So just a good second option to have, especially if you have a property that you see that you really like, you really want. We can accommodate those options for you in terms of being able to see the property even though you're not physically here. So number 5 is to narrow down the neighborhood that you want. So if you're able to fly out here for at least 48 hours or maybe a weekend, we'll try to show you as many homes as possible. Now, it may be a case where you may not be able to find the specific home that you want, but at minimum, you'll be able to narrow down the specific neighborhood or general area where you would like to stay. Even though some things are not open because of the pandemic, you kind of get a feel for the area, a general vibe for the area, and some of the amenities just by driving around. I can even recall during pre-pandemic time, my goal was always to find the area the buyer would want to be in, and the house over time would generally show up. So don't be discouraged if you don't find the house on your first visit. Once we kind of narrow down the neighborhood or the area, the house that's a match for you generally will become available. And also, if you have some extra time, maybe we can have lunch or dinner, just to kind of get a feel for what your needs and wants are, and get a chance to know each other on a personal level. So if you're looking to sell your home during a pandemic, it's not impossible. We have people who are putting their houses on the market, and basically as real estate professionals, we take safety precautions to make sure the house is disinfected after each showing, common areas like doorknobs or countertops. So if you have any questions about listing your home at this time, feel free to reach out. It's not a daunting task. Like I said, people are listing their home currently in this competitive buyer market. So if you have any questions, feel free to reach out. Once again, my name is Robert. I'm a local real estate agent here in Los Angeles. So if you're thinking about moving here, your job has you moving here, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email. I'll be more than happy to help you out in terms of finding your ideal dream home. If you know where you'll be working or know where you'll be playing, I can find something that's really close to that. So feel free to give me a call. There are so many sub-cities and neighborhoods that may be a good fit from you, from the beach city areas in the South Bay, or maybe you want something with a suburban feel but not too far from the city, maybe like San Fernando Valley area, like places like Sherman Oaks or Encino. So give me a call, shoot me a text. I'd definitely like to get in contact with you in terms of help you find that dream house. Also, if you have an area in mind that you're thinking about moving to, make sure you comment on the video below. I can get more specifics and details about that particular area. And make sure you hit that subscribe button and notification bell. I do a number of videos of what it's like to live in Los Angeles, places to eat, neighborhood tours, just a lot of cool stuff. So make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we post a new video. Until next time, have a good one.